Oh, we're recording.
Oh,
Sorry. I thought you wanted to get started and get it over with.
yeah, let's do that.
All right. What the hell? God, why is Zencaster the way that it is? But welcome to the Get Offset podcast. My name is Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
And that was a first. That intro started real slow and low. And just like someone who panics when making a pulled pork, cranked it up at the end.
So the funny thing is it didn't do that for me. So
oh, really? I wonder how it's gonna sound.
Sounded normal on my end.
Mine started.
Like a Looney Tunes thing.
I wonder how it's gonna. It's probably gonna sound fine in post. So I've just
Right.
embarrassed myself. No one's gonna know what happened. The thing is, oh god, whatever.
No, the look of shame that was on my face is completely unrelated, but that's all right.
Okay, all right.
That was just me realizing I was hitting one of those things like, I want to keep the story short, and then I just keep talking, and then I didn't even realize that you'd started recording, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking about Oktoberfest. We're recording this on Oktoberfest weekend. It is the weekend of the Oktoberfest. Well, this is the weekend that Oktoberfest are supposed to be. Some places will inevitably have their Oktoberfests in October. But
October.
Yeah. Which makes sense per the name, but not per the tradition.
Right. Yep. No, I'm going to go later this afternoon to the one in Fremont. I'm very excited. Going with the buddy.
Yeah.
I've already pre-purchased 10 tasting tokens.
I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I had drinks last night with somebody who worked at the Oktoberfest, and he offered me tasting tokens, and Rick and I weren't going to go because I have to write an article today, and so we said no. So
Fair enough.
I could have saved you some money there.
It's not that expensive to get in the door.
Yes, it is. It's like $40.
But that comes with tasting tokens.
Well, it would have been $25 to get in the door, and then I could have given you the 10 tokens.
Fair. Would have saved me $15.
Yeah. No, it's I went 1 year. It's fine.
I'm not expecting it to be like anything like what I experienced when I was in Germany.
Oh no, and it's not. It's nothing like what I experienced in Cincinnati. It's a beer tasting.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
with pretzels.
I've always wanted to do one of those, like where all the breweries show up, and like that sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
Like probably since before I was of drinking age, I was just fascinated with that. But yeah, it's not going to be Germanic. I know that at least it's not going to charade that it is like Leavenworth does. But
I mean, it calls itself Oktoberfest.
That's been torn apart and just hacked, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I remember living in Nashville, and they tried to make their Oktoberfest like actually like an Oktoberfest, and I respected it. But even then, I was like, this ain't no Cincinnati Oktoberfest, you know?
Right. Yeah. It's like the whole like, Mama, can we get X? And it's like can we go to Disney World? And it's like, no, we got Disney World at home. Like the Disney World at home is like just downtown Disney.
No. Downtown Disney's fun.
But it's not Disney World.
No. Granted,
or like it's the Wish
it's like the Wish.com version of something.
Right.
Like there's I don't know why I've seen this meme so many times. It's like Mel Gibson and then the Mel Gibson we have at home, and it just looks it's Mel Gibson. It's Mel Gibson and Mel Gibson. That's why I've seen it a lot. And then it's just like some off-brand looking Mel Gibson type character. Yeah.
Right. I'm
sure you've seen it.
If I go to sit down like at a beer garden, there's not like 80s synth polka and pop playing. It's not authentic. I mean, that's just every beer garden you go to in Germany. It's just that's what they play.
Well, in Cincinnati, they have the live polka band.
Nice. All right. All
Mm.
right. Well,
They
hats
have
off to
like an
Cincinnati.
actual tuba. Now I'll be in Cincinnati October 7th through 12th, so we got to figure out how we're going to handle that weekend of
Oh,
recording.
very fun. Well, a couple weeks after that, I'm going to be in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah, it's going to be a Midwestern fall.
Yep. But I mean, it's already fall here, so I'm
Is it?
hyped.
Yeah, you look cold as hell. I mean, I'm wearing for those who aren't watching, Andrew's wearing a jacket and his string
It's a
joy hat. He's actually
cardigan.
quite matching. That's a cardigan.
It's a cardigan.
All right, I'm also wearing a cardigan. People on the channel call this my groovy sweater. My Lebowski sweater is what I call it.
I just call this like my comfy sweater. This is like I want to lounge at home, but I'm too proud to wear a hoodie.
Yeah.
Kind of sweater, even though that's not true. I wear hoodies all the time.
Yeah, this is like I want to wear something moderately nicer on like a client call or in a demo. But now it's just all torn up and like kind of fraying at the edges. And I'm going to be honest, a little stinky.
Getting that Seattle grunge flavor.
Yeah, I don't know how to wash this.
There it is. There it is.
I don't know what the care instructions are. It doesn't. There were no tags. You can see where the tags were torn out.
Is it the same care instructions as Levi's, where you're not supposed to wash them? You're supposed to put them in the freezer for like a couple hours every month.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. Like that's like the general raw denim care instruction, and that doesn't really work. That's what Imogen and Willie recommends too, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
It's the sort of thing like sure it doesn't smell, but it's still like there's almost enough like oil in that pair of denim jeans for the U.S. to invade, and
oh God,
no amount of until that gets washed, it's just going to be that way. Freezer's not going to help that.
All right, can I just talk about my what's new? Can I just pivot?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. I got the Fender Player Plus Nashville Telecaster.
Carl.
Ooh, and my demo is already up. It launched on launch day like it was supposed to.
What's the official name for that color? Because I just want to call it coral.
Aged candy apple red. Yeah.
That's a nice color. I'm not going to lie. I like that.
I like it. I like it a lot. And I really like the Nashville style Telecaster. I've never had one, but you can get some more Strat-esque tones. But with the push-pull pots, because it has 3 pickups.
Yep.
Just like a Stratocaster. With the push-pull pots in the 1 and 2 position, you can still get that neck pickup. So you can still get the neck and bridge. There's like a traditional Telecaster. So you're not really losing anything.
Well, there you go. That's pretty handy.
Yeah, it's got the noiseless pickups, which I'm sure will be quite controversial. I think they kind of already are. People said that the first thing they would do would swap out them pickups, having not played them at all, which is always a silly thing to say. I find them quite responsive, and I really like them.
I mean, Gibson's
people didn't.
In terms of like public, like people just dislike a particular product from a manufacturer, like or guitar features. Like Gibson was the automatic tuners, and for Fender it was the noiseless pickups for whatever reason. The N3s people just hated, and I don't think people realize that they've just continued to improve them and not just leave it as is. Or Fender has, I should say, not Gibson, but
yeah, I like them. I think they really capture a good twang. I've been playing this guitar all weekend. I really like the neck on it. I say it's comparable to my American Pro 2 series neck, which is like $400 or $500 more expensive of a guitar. And it's made in Mexico, but I mean, I know some people will foo-foo a $1,000 guitar made in Mexico just for that reason alone, but I don't see any reason this guitar wouldn't be $1,000. What'd you say?
I said, welcome to the economy. And then I regretted saying that because I could have said, to quote Bill Clinton, it's the economy, stupid.
Okay. No, it has the rolled fret edges, which is really nice, and locking tuners. Yeah, I think it's overall a really handsome guitar, some really unique finishes. Some I like and some I don't, but some people really like those like Tequila Sunrise things. Those fades, those
Just
horizontal or vertical fades,
kind of
depending on
look
how
at
you're
it and
looking
you
at it.
smell the grenadine.
Yeah, I didn't. That's not my favorite look, but hey, it works for somebody, right?
Hey, look, I'm just glad that they're putting more orange on guitars.
I know you are. I liked Ryan Burke's green Strat.
I don't actually know if I saw that one.
Yeah, it's like shiny. It's like
Like a mirror
not like a
finish or?
big metal flake, but it's a glittery
Okay,
green.
I'll check it out.
Darker green than like Yvette Young's signature guitar, but that's
That
Ryan
was
Burke
like
from Sisters Like a
slime green.
Homicide.
It was great.
Yeah. This is like a slightly darker green. And I
All
really
right.
like that, yeah. I think he told me he'd originally wanted the pearl white, but I don't think it was going to be ready in time for launch. So,
Pearl white's a great finish, although I
for a
gotta
Strat,
say,
yeah.
Olympic white with a red tort, is just
Mm.
so classic.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah. But now you can see behind me I have my little family of Jazz Masters.
indeed, looks good.
Feels good. And then my weird Mustang Bronco hybrid.
Right,
I should put the offset telly up there instead of the Mustang.
Mustang's like, I'm still part of the family. Come on, guys.
I'm just hanging out. Just hanging out up here. Thanks for noticing.
We've all got the same dad. Come on.
This is Leo. Yeah. I'm just part of it. Yeah. No, I'm really happy. I'm really
Good.
happy. Still very happy with that guitar, which is good because I've only had it for a week, maybe about 9 days. This is the
Well,
story of a girl.
it sounds like you've officially made it in life. That's what that
My
tells
white
me.
whale.
Speaking of white whales in the sense of gear that's just difficult to pin down. How's that for a transition?
Yeah, tell me what's new for you, dude. What's new in gear world for you?
Oh God. I don't want to tell this story. I'm so
Okay.
embarrassed. No, I'm gonna do it though.
Why are you
I need
embarrassed? What happened?
I
Talk to
need
me.
to own my mistakes. So I have been continuing to clean my office space and unpack it because I moved office spaces in my house months ago, and it's just been like a box at a time.
Yeah.
And I box at a time, and then like I had everything in my office. It was like 2/3 of the way through, and then I just took all the boxes out and then rearranged like 8 different times until I got the room layout to feel right. And now I'm just rearranging back into it. Kind of got to the point where like if I'm going to unpack all these boxes, I need to know that it's going to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, anyways, I'm happy with my room layout now. I don't think it's going to change. And sorry, I brought the rest of my boxes in. And now I'm proud to say that like all of my boxes, like everything that's left, is in here. So I got a little bit on the couch, a little bit in front of the couch. It's realistically another 3 or 4 hours of sorting.
Hey, congratulations.
Left. Now, in the process of that, I discovered something that I thought was lost or I thought I gave back to you.
Wait, what?
The scary thing is I remember giving this back to you, and apparently I didn't. So I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I need to like play more Sudoku, or I don't know. My memory's going bad. But crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. The silver lining is at least it's found. The not silver lining is I'm responsible for the missing OC5.
Dude, do you have any idea how many places I looked for that?
I'm frustrated because I looked in every single one of these boxes and I missed it by like it was in a box of paperwork that I thought was nothing but paperwork. It was like the only one I didn't like tear inside out.
Dude, I thought I had lost my damn mind. Like, I was like, how is this the only pedal I can't find? I thought I had like loaned it to someone. I put up like a post on Facebook like, hey, entirety of Seattle guitar community, have I loaned you a guitar pedal lately? Because that's something I do and just literally forget that I do. Is it an OC5? I need it. I need it back. Oh my god, dude. It's okay. I had another octave pedal that I could use for that submarine pickup demo, but I'm really glad that it's found. I don't want you to feel bad. It's pretty funny. I laughed when you sent me that message at like 6 a.m. I saw it, and the first
No,
thing
I sent it to you at like midnight because
I saw it at 6 a.m, and then I went.
It was like past my bedtime. It was just in one of those like I'm unpacking and I'm just like go. And I was actually looking for something else that's also really important that I can't find that I thought was in the stack, but and I found it and I just kind of sat there for like 5 minutes in my chair. I'll reenact. It was just like, do I send a message now? Do I wait to the podcast? Do I just drive it at midnight right now and drop it on her porch? Like what? Just negotiate.
I'm glad you didn't do that, dude, because I would have freaked the fuck out, to be honest. And like just had like a weird abode notification that there's somebody on my front porch just like dropping something in my Ridwell container. Like, God.
What I thought about doing, which the funnier version, I think that I almost did, and I opted to not because it was late. But I was going to wrap it up in an Amazon package and just retape it and just chuck it over your fence at like 1 a.m.
Oh my God!
Because it's a Boss pedal; it's not going to break. Those things are indestructible. But that was that would have been a lot of work for not a lot of payoff. So,
dude, that actually would have been really funny. To have been like, again?
Oh wait, no, I should. Oh wait, I should have. I should have done that and taken the label off so that you couldn't tell who had borrowed it and returned it, and just let you wonder who ended up having it for weeks.
Dude, that would have been so funny. That's funny. I like that. Well, just imagine just something getting chucked over my fence. Again? Oh my God. Cool.
So I guess for unrelated reasons, I'm going to need to be a FedEx driver for Halloween. And just
Rick
have that costume.
Rick has like the uniform.
No.
It wouldn't fit you. Sorry. Nothing that man has fits me.
Fair.
Oh. He does have a lot of FedEx hats, including vintage ones.
That's a baller move, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Vintage hats are pretty rad.
We have a lot of vintage hats. Oh boy. That would have been great. Man, nothing's been checked over the fence this week, so it's been like 1 week since something's been hurled over my fence. I also got a pedal into demo that I just need to make the moment for by Hillbish.
Ooh, look at that.
It's a fuzz and does 2 octaves down.
Ooh. That sounds doomy.
It's very doomy. I can't wait to doom on it. Because nobody does doom like I do doom. Doom.
Doom. Oh, that reminds me, I think it was a Hard Times article I just saw. Which, if you're not familiar with Hard Times, is a satire site. And the headline more or less read, like, states where weed is legalized show, like, the first year weed is legalized in a state, doom metal bands, new doom metal bands increased by like 125% or something.
Oh my God.
And
that I would believe.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, at what point is satire no longer satire, you know?
When it's, well, all satire should have a little bit of truth in it.
Right.
Yes. So, I don't know, man.
I've just lost the ability to differentiate.
Yeah, that's true. Well, this week's episode of the Get Off Set podcast is sponsored by Caroline Guitar Company, based out of South Carolina. They have a lot of great pedals, including the Somersault. It's a chorus and vibrato. It is one of the secret sauce pedals on my band Sunday Crush's board. During our song Good Boy in particular, I really love hitting the special switch on that one that maxes out the rate and depth during the chorus to go da 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 da, and that is this very technical term for that. And I hope that sponsor spot sells you on the Somersault. It is my personal favorite chorus pedal, and chorus is one of my favorite effects. So that's saying something. Frankly, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing.
Caroline Car Insurance. Be prepared for when havoc comes your way.
Man. So this week, this weekend, like I've really had the pleasure of prioritizing a lot of guitar practice. And it's very weird doing a lot of demos because like you have to spend a lot of time like learning pedals, and then with the copywriting, I have to spend a lot of time like learning about whatever I'm writing. Sometimes that's guitar related, especially if I'm writing about like pickups, which is something that I do, or IAMs, which is something that I do, or turntables, which is something that I do. And it kind of takes away from the amount of finite time that I have to like learn new songs. So I'm playing a show on, I should look up the date of that show. I should see if it's sold out. Tractor Tavern, Hollow Queen Kim's. I'm playing guitar with Kim's Covers. Opening for Hollow Queen that's a Queen cover band.
Oh.
Oh my god, where is the date? Why is there no date?
Sounds like you'll be having a good time.
October 30th, on Saturday, October 30th.
Oh, fun.
Oh my gosh, there are actually still tickets available. This show sells out every year, so if you are in Seattle, consider going. Wow, okay. So, we're doing that. That's very exciting. Hey, Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Oh, the cat's in here. So consider going that, but I'm learning some songs that some I'm surprised I've never learned, and some I've never heard. I don't want to like spoil any of the set list really, but I'm surprised and kind of ashamed to say I somehow got away with never learning Don't Fear the Reaper.
Really?
Yeah. Have you learned that one?
I learned how to I learned how to play it in high school, and I don't remember it anymore. I'm trying to think. So yeah. I'm in the same boat now.
It's not like hard to learn the gist of it.
Right. And it's just like
there's a lot of counting.
It's just like eighth note arpeggiation, more or less.
Yeah.
Just like a ton of modulation on that sound too. It's a great sound.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. And then it's the counting that I really just need to get down. Like I need to listen to that song like 1,000 times. Yeah. And then sometimes you watch a tutorial and you're like, why is this guy trying to tell me to do the harder of the things for like that triplet.
Yep.
The guy in the tutorial was telling me to go on the B string 6, 9, then move to the E string 8. And I'm like, why aren't you just having me go 10 on the G string?
That would be easier.
Yes, that would be easier. I don't care if the band played it in some other way, particularly. Just give me the easier way to do it. Damn it. Yeah. And then I'm learning some other songs that I've never heard, so it's really exciting. But like trying to make time to actually learn music, even if it means like maybe recording a little bit less video content this week, is really exciting. And it makes me remember why I do this, why I play guitar is to play guitar.
For sure.
And not to dick around with pedals. Which seems obvious, but sometimes doesn't feel so obvious. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. And it's important to play sometimes and for fun and I've learned some other just like random ass songs. Like I have a weird guitar that I don't really want to spoil either. But I sat down and I learned like Ricky Martin's "Livin' La Vida Loca" on it because I'd watched his behind the music on Paramount Plus because I grew up watching that show, and I sat down and I've watched a couple episodes with Rick, and we watched his, and it was just like unintentionally funny, and he seems like a really sweet, wonderful human being.
Sure.
Like no shade to Ricky, and I'm like, damn, that song does bop. Like you can't really like that's a fun song. It's got a lot of energy and has a really funny guitar part. So I sat down and I learned it.
Nice.
And it's got baritone guitar in it, and Paul McCartney's guitar player plays guitar on it. Because I'm like, is that a baritone? And I look it up. Is that a baritone or is that a 7-string? Because it'd be hilarious if it were a 7-string guitar.
Right.
Let's be real. That was a baritone guitar. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I sat down and learned that one. I learned some other random ass song. Oh yeah, maybe I probably didn't just sat down and learned a bunch of baritone guitar country licks, to be honest. But it's just been really fun to just kind of set aside and make that time, like on my lunch break or whatever, to just pick something kind of random, like almost like guitar roulette, to just find a tutorial on YouTube, something that I probably wouldn't otherwise normally learn. Maybe a song I didn't really like as a kid because it was too poppy or whatever, and just kind of go outside of my normal genre preferences and learn that. Because if that's something that I can then take into what I do, whether that's demos or playing with other people, I feel like that's beneficial. Like it would certainly get me out of ruts.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Though I feel bad talking about this because I know you are kind of in the opposite sort of rut.
Yeah. No. In terms of the opposite sort of rut, so I've kind of reached the point where like my poor like ADHD brain is going haywire these days. But I'm getting a solid handle on it. I'm feeling a lot better about it now. And so something that I started doing at my day job for task management is the most simple thing in the plan is literally writing down on a Post-it note what it is you're doing, and then it goes up on a whiteboard. And the whiteboard's split up into sections. Is this in queue? Is this what I'm actively working on? Is this waiting for review? Is this done? Or is it on hold? And so I've put a whiteboard on the wall in my office at home, and don't have that many sections. It's not that big of a whiteboard, but I just have a queue and a actively working on / review section. And so I sat down 2 days ago and I just filled up the board with Post-it notes and then spent the day putting a dent in it. And I've got it color coordinated. Like, is this personal? Is this Fox Cut Row? Is this like it, just kind of breaking that all up?
Yeah.
So my goal here is get ahead of all of that. There's just a list of stuff that it falls in the category of it's a combination of, yes, it's a lot, but it's also manageable if I manage my time well. And it's amazing how quickly time disappears when like a 5 minute just kind of grab water break turns into a 20-minute scrolling Instagram break.
Yeah.
And it just adds up so fast. So I'm trying to focus and just literally grab only one at a time. So that way, like I can just put the blinders on and this is the only thing I'm working on. I'm not feeling
Yeah.
overwhelmed by the rest of the task list. So that's kind of, I tried that Friday. I got so much done and I'm going to continue to do that. My current work schedule just for my day job flipped a bit. And
Nice.
it actually works out to where I've got a lot more time to work on things at home and the way that it shakes out. So I'm pretty happy about it. And I'm
Good.
expecting to, my goal is get through the rest of this list so I don't have like active things hanging over my head that I know could be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I can renegotiate my time management into this is time for work and this is time for play.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
the way that the office is set up now is so much more intuitive playing. Like I am still like picking up the guitars just like for 5 minutes at a time
Yeah.
and just toying around with them. It's just not dedicated. Like I've got an hour to sit down and have fun.
Yeah. I have to dedicate the time to sit down and learn the songs, especially because it is, for me, a part of. I can't really say work, but it is like a commitment that I've made to other
Right.
people
Yep.
to learn these songs. So it's not quite dick around hobby. It is quite more like a commitment.
Commitment hobby. Yep. Totally different. So
Yeah.
I'm just playing for myself. I don't have a show coming up that I need to make sure
Yeah.
that I am all prepped for. I just have I need to scratch my creative itch. And right now my creative itch
Yeah.
is getting through that stinking list.
Yeah. So that you can do that actually have fun without feeling guilty after.
Right. So naturally, I'm going to Oktoberfest this afternoon instead of working on my to-do list. But
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta do that because like Rick and I like we saw our friend last night, and part of us was like, oh god, we're gonna have to like stay up so late because he wasn't even getting off until 10:30.
oh
So
wow,
we made a reservation at this kind of speakeasy in Fremont nearby for like 10:30, 10:45. Which was fun. And we were like, oh god, what are we gonna do? So we just like played LA Noire, that video game from like 20. Like we just got it because I
yep,
was like, I want us to play more video games when like just instead of like watching TV because it's like something active we can do together
yep,
instead of just like trash talking reality TV show contestants. But we were playing some like competitive stuff or like some like puzzle stuff. Man, I was getting kind of frustrated with the puzzle stuff. We were playing 39 Days to Mars. And just like I think like I bought some kind of cheap controllers and I was really getting frustrated with them.
mm-hmm.
And then we were playing and that was kind of making the puzzles hard. And like the lack of instructions in 39 Days to Mars was making me upset. And then we were playing Jeopardy against each other and I got really mad at that. Like he just really lucked out on a couple of the categories against me and it made me really upset. Like
Right.
he's from Missouri, and one of the two of the categories in Double Jeopardy were like St. Louis and then football. I'm like, I don't know shit about those things, and so I
Well,
got kind of bummed about that. And then we started playing, and I'm like, what is like we both like kind of true crime, so I'm like, well, let's just get LA Noire. We can be the detective, and we can kind of play. I'm like,
right. That way, it's
this,
a teamwork thing, not a pitted against each other thing.
yeah, that game's pretty problematic.
Oh, is it?
It's like it's like they you can tell when they kind of shoehorned in some like cover your ass stuff because there's one time like one point where you're interrogating someone and there's like some anti-Semitism and then you kind of have to like play bad cop to like get the guy to admit he killed the guy because the other guy was being anti-Semitic against him and then like
Yikes.
the main guy says, I respect your ability to believe in whatever you want, but you can't kill people or something like that. And you can tell that was just so shoehorned in to like you're like, oh my god, this is so bad. Oh jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was from like 2017. And like I
that
just feel like
recent?
yeah.
Oh, at least like there's a childhood game that I played growing up and I revisited it in the last year or so. And I was horrified to realize how gobstopping racist it was.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's the
but that was from like 2001 or 2002, and it was just very xenophobic because
Oh,
it was a war.
geez.
It was a war game.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like
sorry.
a
I'm sorry. This was from 2011 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, 2011 for Microsoft Windows, and 2017 for Nintendo Switch. So it's actually quite older.
okay. So that's a little better, but still not
Mm.
great.
It also has like just a shit ton of people from Mad Men in it, which is I liked Mad Men. I didn't realize
Right.
that game was that old. It's 10 years old. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Oh no, I was just tagging on something similar. Just there's also a game that I played as a kid, and then I realized as an adult was very, 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 very racist.
Yeah.
And uh, yeah, which it makes sense in the context of it being a US based war game in a post 9/11 world made in like 2002, 2003. So, of course, it's going to be incredibly xenophobic, Islamophobic, but I didn't really register that as a kid. So,
Oof.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was Command and Conquer. Um,
Is those like war games?
right. So, like
Yeah.
Age of Empires, but slightly different. Um, Age of Empires, much better on that level. But
Which wasn't there like one of those war games where it turns out that you were like the Nazis or something?
no idea. I don't
Okay.
do first person shooter games, um, which rules out most war games. I just do real time strategy.
Yeah.
And any more these days, it's just Age of Empires. But
Huh.
um, oh, that reminds me. There's something I was going to talk about,
Oh, okay.
just on the same subject in terms of like being socially aware and
Mm?
realizing that I was not at one point in time. Is I filled up. I pulled out my old Nalgene from college and filled it with water to take to the sports field yesterday for something, and I was just sipping out. My wife looks at me and Melissa says, "You might want to cover that sticker up." I'm like, "What sticker?" And I look and I realize it's a sticker that I put on my Nalgene when I was in college in like 2012, 2013, before this would have been intentionally charged. So I really believe that it was when the sticker was made, it was incredibly innocent. But it's a sticker that says "Everyone matters."
Ooh. Well,
And
yeah, I mean, back in college, that was very different. And then that
yeah,
doesn't okay, that's not all lives matter.
it's not exactly the same thing, but it's just like it hit that tinge of like,
That
and
could
it,
be understand that could be perceived the wrong way.
and I don't want to have to sit there and like explain. Oh no, 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 I'm not right. Like I don't want to.
No, no,
So
that's not. This is much
I'm gonna
older
cover
than
it up.
that.
I
Yeah,
think I think I'm just gonna cover it up instead of trying to peel it because it's been on there for better
a
part
long
of a
time.
decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cheers to growth and improvement and moving moving on in life and becoming a better person.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. It sure
Super
is.
embarrassing though.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why it would be. I can see why it would be. Dude, apparently Get Off had hit 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, which means we can do TikTok live things now.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I still don't have a TikTok. Should I?
Uh, there's some fun stuff on there. I'm like kind of meh on it. But I know some of our friends are really excited about it for us. And I'm just kind of like, oh, they want us to do the lives. I'm like, I guess we should I guess I'll try it. Try it out. But I just don't care.
So I as someone who hasn't done short form video content, I imagine it's just so difficult. My experience with video editing, and albeit very limited, is so much the shorter something is, the harder it is to do. Kind of similar how
Yeah.
like when I was in college trying to do it, this is a PowerPoint presentation. Super easy for me to do a 20-minute PowerPoint presentation. Doing a 5-minute PowerPoint presentation to cover the same amount of material is so much more difficult. And when you're doing short form, you're not necessarily adding all that detail, but you still need to condense a storyline down. into like a 10-second, this is a compelling storyline. And I imagine that would be so draining to keep up with. I can't imagine being a TikTok creator.
Yeah, I mean, I think people just tell shorter stories. Little snippets, little show and tells. Like I pull little bits and pieces out of demos sometimes. Or just kind of talk about something for like a minute, you know.
Right.
It's harder to tell a short story, as you know. It takes practice.
Shots fired, but I'll take it.
I mean, you said it. It's like literally the first thing you said in this episode.
Oh, it just makes TikTok the antithesis of storytelling, Andrew.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's everyone tells things differently. So, I mean, I don't know. Oh, I guess the other thing that happened to me this week, though, was I saw Katie Kirby in Tacoma.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I opted against going to the Seattle show because it was on Thursday and a very early call the next morning.
That would be the adult responsible thing to do.
Yeah, but driving all the way to Tacoma was
a life choice.
Yeah, that was a life choice I made. No, it was really good. She was great. Waxahachie was very good. Yeah.
Well, very cool.
Yeah, I gave her band a guitar pedal, the Swamp Witch pedals that Eat the Rich. That was the Swamp Witch's take on the Distortion Plus. I just been clearing some stuff out. Felt like it was time to let that one fly the coop. And they seemed really excited by it.
Good.
I mean, who doesn't want a pedal that's called Eat the Rich, right?
Right.
So, yeah. So their tour is continuing. So if you have the chance to catch Katie Kirby and that band, y'all should do so.
Well, coolest of beans.
The coolest of beans. Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm going to go do some dishes before
do some dishes. Damn, this is a short episode.
Coop. Yeah.
Dang.
It is, but I promise to do some dishes and help with cleanup before I disappear for an afternoon.
All right. Well, everyone out there, please check us out on patreon.com/getoffset. We are so close to our next goal. We have merch at getoffsetpodcast.com/shop. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please review and rate on iTunes. And
that next goal, by the way, is that that Wiggles cover is sitting right there on my board. That is on my list of things to do.
Nice. Well, everyone out there, thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening. Thanks
for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
Goodbye.
Bye.